Session 32 of Industrial Relations and Labour Legislation of 6th semester BBA of Mangalore University. In this session, we shall study about the merits of workers' participation in management, demerits of workers' participation in management, and essential conditions for successful working of workers' participation in management. Let us see what are the merits of workers' participation in management. Participation cuts the very root of industrial conflict. So it tries to put an end to conflicting interests between the parties by substituting it with cooperation and common interests. Both labor and management begin to look at ways or a means to put out fires, realize the importance of reaching organizational targets, and share the fruits of progress. Participation improves behavioral climate. It enthuses workers to work with zeal, enthusiasm, and commitment. Participation allows the individual worker to assert himself and find meaning in the work. He begins to take pride in what he does. If an individual knows that he can express his opinions, feelings, and thoughts freely, a personal sense of gratification and involvement develops from within. Information sharing takes place at a broader level, and the quality decisions certainly improves. When everyone participates and the ideas are being tossed around freely and discussed thoroughly, everyone begins to feel the responsibility. They now understand the reasons behind every move and begin to feel a sense of commitment and responsibility. After all, they have to deliver what they have promised in a group setting. Consequently, the resistance to change is reduced. Participation has an effect on the psychology of a worker. Demerits of workers' participation in management. Workers are not enthusiastic. The workers are not enthusiastic about the scheme, and employers believe that they, being incompetent, cause delay in decisions. Some of the good decisions cannot be implemented for lack of support from the workers. Second is weak trade unions. In India, trade unions are not strong enough. There is multiplicity of trade unions and they are dominated and led by political leaders. This makes trade unions weak. They cannot show solidarity of workers. There should be one strong union so that they can elect competent representatives for participation. Now let us see an important topic, that is essential conditions for successful working of workers' participation in management. Organizational climate. The attitude and outlook of the parties should be enlightened and impartial so that a free and frank exchange of thoughts and opinions could be possible. Where a right kind of attitude exists and proper atmosphere prevails, the process of participation is greatly stimulated. Both parties should have a genuine faith in the system and each other and be willing to work together. The management must give the participating institution its rightful place in the managerial organization of the undertaking and implementing the policies of the undertaking. The labor, on the other hand, must also wholeheartedly cooperate with the management through its trade unions. The experiment of workers' participation in management must give a wide publicity in order that the idea of participation is ingrained in the minds of those who are to implement the scheme. Lectures, discussions, film shows, conferences, seminars, as such methods of propaganda may be fruitfully employed to create enthusiasm about the scheme among the management as well as the workers. Participation should be real. The issues related to increase in production, productivity, evaluation of costs, Development of personal and expansion of markets should also be brought under the jurisdiction of the participating bodies. These bodies should meet frequently and their decisions should be timely implemented and strictly adhered to. Objectives to be achieved should be practicable, should be unrealistically high, vague, or ambiguous, but practicable of achievement and clear to all. Form, coverage, extent and level of participation should grow in response to specific environment, capacity and interest of the parties. Participation must work as complementary body to help collective bargaining, which creates conditions of work and also creates legal relations. Institutional participation should be discouraged, but such participation should be encouraged through changes in leadership styles, communication process, and interpersonal and intergroup relations. There should be a strong trade union which has learned the virtues of unit and self-reliance so that they may effectively take part in collective bargaining or participation. Multiple unions in one enterprise should be restricted by legislative measures. Similarly, there should be no multiplicity or duplicacy of bipartite consultative machinery at the plant level. Programs for training and education should be developed comprehensively. Progressive personal policy should ensure growth of individual workers within industry and proper policy should exist for selection, promotion, compensation, rewards and discipline. Effective two-way communication is a must for the success of the program. Reference: